You're watching On Point TV with Motor City Drum Ensemble. Naked Man of Stuttgart. He's called Tom. If I remember right, he's called Tom. And he's like a hippie in his, I would guess, late 60s. This won't be on the video. Okay, well, I mean, he usually showed up at the club called Climax, and he would always be the only guy on the party completely naked, the only guy above 50, and he's wearing this kind of crazy tribal necklace and drinking only White Russian. You know a party is good in Stuttgart if the naked guy is there, because then it's like something for the heads.
Keep on running. Keep on running, keep on running.
It's not like I'm anywhere near a classically trained musician. For me, I took years just to know the basic chords of what is minor, what is major. You know, I'm still in the process of learning all this stuff. So that's why my melodies are always a little limited, and I rather sample a nice chord and replay the whole chord instead of like just play the chords myself, because it's not that easy. The first rock art, it's been 3 years old when it was released. It was never meant to be a big thing, you know. It's just a very rough approach to not spend more than 2 hours. It's not like I'm shitting those tracks, you know, but the idea and the whole arrangement has to be in 2 hours. If I'm noodling on it too long, then it will not sound that good, because it's samples and you can't really tweak samples like you tweak a synthesizer. 4 years ago already, or 5 years even ago, the Rockets won, and it was a joke I did in Fruity Loops, and like a track you make in between, or like you just don't spend too much time with it, you know. Mix it in a very rough, direct way. I also master it myself, you know. And it sounds, I'm really surprised it sounds actually good on vinyl, because it has all kind of clipping, and I'm really messy with that stuff, you know. I don't really know about all the, hey, you have to cut the low frequencies or whatever, you know. I mean, as long as it sounds good to my ear and it works in a club. At that time, it was like the peak of minimal. It was like, so where's all that raw, dirty, soulful stuff? I showed it to some people and they were all like, yeah, that's like old house, but this music so over, you know, like. And I was always saying, yeah, but man, please, you know, if you release it, something, I think it could be nice, you know. But it took several years till I found someone who would have the guts to release it. It's maybe a little bit a dumb way to try to imitate a sound, and you have to actually tweak it that it sounds like shittier, not better, you know. That's like a really wrong idea. Like if you have a 24-bit sample and you downsample it to 8-bit, it's like going not like you're supposed to do, actually. But that's the way I did it, and I just like even like I recorded vinyl crackle to put on some Rhodes samples so that it sounded like I would have sampled it from a record or something, you know. Just making a little failure, little mistakes, or little not giving that much about how it sounds, because with the whole minimal, you know, everything is exactly how it should be, you know. All the sounds are where they should be, and I mean, I have to say I respect the way some of it is produced, because it's like really high-end stuff, you know, and it takes a lot of time to sound that good, and there's really a lot of good music in that scene. But just, I don't want it a number one to be a number one in this thing, you know. I just want to say like, okay, let's try something completely different and see if the people will get it or not. I'm very obsessed about all forms of music, you know. As a kid I would say rock music, fuck rock music, you know, what is rock music? But like in the last years I became a huge fan of like progressive rock from the 70s, you know. Discovered this music and I was like, wow, so there's actually horns in rock music? Wow, that's really cool. And there's so much jazz influence in 70s stuff. So, and folk and whatever, have to be very concentrated, and there's, you know, if I know in 2 hours I have to be at a certain place for a meeting, or I have whatever, then it's gonna turn out shit, you know. I really have to be completely loose, you know, like I have time, I have inspiration, and usually, you know, I need a week to do a track, but not I'm working on the same track for a week, but I just the whole inspiration thing. I need to start 10 different tracks in order to make that one good song in 2 hours, but I need the whole week to get inspired, you know what I mean? So I'm working like for 40 hours, but not on one track, but just to get into the mood of how I want to have it, you know? And then I start from scratch, and usually then it's pretty quick to finish something, you know? But the whole process of knowing what I want takes a lot of time, you know? And I like beer. But it's a Stuttgart summer thing. Yeah, you have to come there once. Because in Stuttgart we have this old toilet house, which is like it's put on how do you call it? Monumental. You know, the city isn't allowed to destroy it because it's like ancient, but it's a toilet house, you know. It's like it's small, yeah, maybe the size of this thing, but in the summer there's like 1,000 people surrounding it, and yeah, that's a really nice hangout, you know. That's where I spend my summer nights, and it's cool.